going for a turnkey provider. Because using a turnkey, what we'll do is they have a bunch of houses for you to select, and you just need to choose the one that you think more profitable, or the one that you like it more, or the one that makes sense for your strategy if you really want to give houses to families or quick short rentals. That's up to you to select. They help you, but that's the reason for them to be there, to help you to select the house. And since I really wanted to be in the business, and I think this was around April 2020, I select one company, turnkey company. I researched it in bigger pockets, and the reviews were good. I didn't find any bad reviews. And so I contacted them and had a couple of meetings with them, and in the end I signed contract for 3 houses with them, a bundle package. And I was keep reviewing and I was keep researching, and one thing was really off, and it was really somehow feeling that something is off here. The last page was saying that I will not be able to talk bad about the company. Now I said, why did I sign this? And the guy said, well, this is just a protocol thing. We do everything for all of our customers. We do this. So don't worry. This is just regular. We will not have any problem. I said, no. That's. I didn't like it. So there was a lot of red flags, right? I was new in the business, so this is what I saw. And I said, no, I'm out. So I was able to back up of all the 3 houses. So.
How did you get out of that contract that you had signed? I was gonna say, did you lose money on it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, because I didn't add any money upfront yet.
Okay.
I was about to do it, but I used, what did I use? Yeah, I'm applying now. I have a visa, so I'm not a US citizen, and I'm applying. I'm in the process of getting the green card, almost there. And I said to the guy, "Hey man, Trump just signed a bill saying that."
Dang, ink hadn't even dried yet. Hey, he signed it. We good.
For us,
That's hilarious.
green card appliance. So I'm completely stressed out. I may be leaving the country. So. So that's what I used.
Okay.
Like I said, okay.
Sorry.
Just be casual.
So this is what I call level 1. Okay, this is really hands off. You have one company that will take care of you and will help you until you close. Even after closing, most of these companies also have property managers attached, so you can, sometimes you are forced, like this one, but you can even choose another property manager, or you can keep them. That's right. But that's the easiest way, I would say, for one entering into real estate.
Did you hire? Sorry. Did you hire this company because you wanted to be super hands off?
Yes. That was my initial. Because I was working a regular W2 job. I was working a lot at that time. Now I have some more time working from home. But yes, that was the idea. Completely hands off. And I didn't know about, right? I didn't know about renovations, nothing. So what am I going to do? I'm not going to invent anything. So I will let the experts do it, since they are not so expert or. But this is level 1. Level 2, it's what I call the roof stock approach. Here, for those that doesn't know about Roofstock. So Roofstock is it's a marketplace for you to list houses. There is no agents involved. For you to sell a house, I think you only need to pay 1.5% on the sale. So you really cut all of the agents' expenses. So that's one point. And for us buyers, it's an amazing tool. It allows us to have access to, I would say, 90% of the houses that are listed in this marketplace are not in MLS, so you cannot see them outside. But you can have access to it, and you can bid without the need of a real agent. So, and it's really easy. I did a session for us, so you can look it.
Yeah, if you're in the mastermind on the group on Unit 3, you'll be able to see the video. It's like an hour and a half.
Yeah, and please, if you want to talk about it, let's do a one-on-one. I don't mind, as Felipe pointed out. Let's do it. I really like the tool.
And he has a link that I think you'll save $1,000.
Yeah, so that's a referral, and that really it's very good, because if you use that referral, you give me 1K, you receive 1K. If you
Boom.
Passive.
if you buy a house.
Free $1,000.
Free $1,000.
But the tool itself is completely free. Okay, it's open. You don't need to pay anything to have access to that marketplace or to even to bid. And here, the main philosophy of Roofstock is to help out-of-state investors feel more comfortable on the process of buying a house without seeing it. Okay, because you might be in California buying houses in Florida using this platform. That's their focus. So whenever you enter in the system, you can even ask for a one-on-one call with them, and they will guide you in finding your best market. Another direction is, so someone asked what will be the best markets to invest. We have Philip answer, which is follow the hedge funds. My question is, go to Roofstock and understand where are the biggest number of houses listed. So that will be also a very good market. Because remember, Roofstock it's directed for rental houses. So it's a platform that allows sellers that have tenants sell the house with the tenants inside to buyers that really want rentals. So I think it's a perfect market for us. And they help with saying that I'm a little bit. Can someone get me my bag from there?
Yeah.
So, but they help you all of the process. They give you a lot of training. There are webinars that they will present you all of the markets. Where are they in that market? They will help you on the purchase. They will tie you up with loaners if you need, and they will handle all of the closings.
Hey Tiago.
Remember that?
Tiago, which one's your bag?
The ugliest one for sure. HP. It says HP, I think.
Make someone wholesale it.
Even if you use them, you buy under tenancy or under your name?
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. Now, just I keep saying this to whenever I explain Roofstock. Their goal is really to make you trust the system and trust the house that you see there. So they have two things that they offer, which is if you're not happy with the house that you bought, you have 30 days to return it. No questions asked. So that's big, right? And the second one is if you're not able to rent the house for the first 45 days, they will start
with the numbers that they gave you.
with the estimation rent numbers that they give. So it's big, right? It really gives some confidence to the buyer that someone is backing up this. So you didn't find it?
No.
Can I go? Sorry.
Oh yeah, you're good. Oh yeah, I'm here like just chilling.
Send the time off, guys.
Is it over there?
Yeah.
Like
Oh, it was on the floor. You said it's by your backpack.
I mean, using the course.
Oh shit. You said it was on my backpack.
Sorry.
He's like, where?
Sorry, Tiago.
¿Qué te pareció lo de cripto? ¿Qué te pareció lo de cripto?
There, behind the.
Oh, smart. I didn't even see that.
Sorry for that. So this is, as I said, remember this is the second level. This is, you are the one choosing the market, you are the one choosing the property. And you have a company that will help you on the process. That's it. So that was my second step. So I didn't like the relationship that I had from the turnkey. So I started researching the roofstock. As I said, I love the site. I have the site. I have a lot of tools that will help us a lot. And I started doing things that I was not able to do, which was analyzing this very, very quickly. And in the end, send offers almost every day at night. Very, very low offers because I could. So if a property was being listed for 60K, I was able to do it in a click, a 50K offer. It didn't cost me anything. As I said, it's free. And I didn't have to wait, I didn't have to talk with my agent to make the offer. No, I have a direct contact with the buyer. Hey, here it is 50, do you accept? No, of course I received a lot of no's. But that was my game. I didn't mind. Okay?
You're not losing anything.
I'm not losing anything.
Yeah.
And you're going direct to sell with roofstock. As a wholesaler, you're not allowed to put houses on roofstock.
Dang it.
Trust me, I know.
I've tried that.
So, is roofstock just like a wholesaler for you, pretty much?
In a way, yes, but there's it's
But the
trying
buyer's trigger.
it's trying to connect sellers directly with buyers,
Taking them
and they just take a transaction fee.
Can't you put it under an LLC and then assign the LLC to somebody or sell the LLC to another person? Because I know that's the way around on certain things. Like you put it under an LLC and sell it to someone else.
So there you have to own the property
Oh,
to
okay,
put,
so you have to close
to
the
put it
whole
on roofstock.
Yeah, and again, going back. When you analyze it, and this, I'm not repeating myself because that information is in the video, but whenever you are analyzing a property, you have a lot of information. So you have access to neighborhood classification provided by Roofstock, house evaluation with comps, property inspection. So even before you have a contract or even you start talking with the guy, you have access to an inspection report, and you have access to the ledger of try to understand who is the tenant there and if he's paying correctly or not. So you have access to all of that. So again, there is a period where if I'm a seller, I need to apply to Roofstock, and they will need to ask for an inspection. So it will take some time for my house to start to be listed there. So it's not so quick as also.
Alright, sorry. Are these only for purchasing rentals?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, in the way that that's the goal of the platform. However, the house may be vacant. Okay, but the goal is to find rentals. And they also have portfolios.
And you can still do inspection on your own through there, or you're buying it as is based on the inspection that you got?
You're buying as is. However, I think they are okay for you to have your own inspection, but the inspection that they have, it's outsourced, so I don't know why.
So basically, for example, the 144.6 offer, you bought it at that.
In my case, my inspection was 4 months old, and they said, no, we need to run another one. I didn't pay for that. So they had that cost. So I have access to 2 inspections of my house.
Cool.
Okay, so these are the numbers that I'm now showing you. So it was listed for 169 or 170. This is a duplex in Alabama, Birmingham. Okay. 170. As I said, and as you can see here, I was really doing low offers, right? Because those were my numbers. Those were the numbers that I.
So you're wholesaling off of Roofstock?
Yeah. I mean, but again, I was running numbers, and these numbers make sense for me. As you can see here, I did an offer at 10 p.m. The guy replied, it was, I think, 2 a.m. And then on the other day, I said, no, I want more, I want less, and I offer 146. And then they accepted. So from an asking price of 170, I got it for 146. And for amazing for myself, the appraisal come up with 181.
Oh, cool.
Oh, very nice.
So if anyone tells you that you don't find good deals in Roofstock, right? At least the big picture is good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if you can. So this is it, and these are actual pictures of the inspection. So it's a duplex 3-2 and 2-1. A big one. Look to the square feet. And I've been talking to Felipe about this. Look to those garages.
What he's saying is he's wasting space. I mean, you have a whole other house now.
3,000 and 1.4 acres.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Can you do an ADU on there?
And what?
Can you build an ADU?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's huge, dude.
Yeah.
Remember,
Dude,
I'm not mistaken. I've never been there.
You could build.
I've never been there, right? So looking into that and looking and hearing Felipe's strategy, I think, well, that's something I might be doing, right? I have space for that, but I'm not there.
Or at least at
least
minimum
add
convert it as into storage unit, like storage for the people upstairs, and rent the downstairs as storage at minimum.
Mm-hmm. Well, and in this case, I got one tenant with a 5 years lease. That scares a little bit, yeah. And the other side was vacant. That's why I got the property, but it was a turnkey. I didn't invest anything in real.
Did you use a property manager to get that rent, or did you get the rent on your own?
One of the things that Roofstock gives you is, again, access to loaners and property managers. And property managers, they have a pre-selected list of property managers that you can choose from, or you are free to choose whatever property manager you want. In my case, I had information that the current property manager was a preferred already property manager from Roofstock, so I kept it. And it was, and since they have a special connection with them, the price were lower, and I'm paying only 7%. And another thing that I was debating myself is, do I really want to keep the same property manager? I don't know what they have been doing. Why did the guy sell this house? I didn't know yet. I don't know yet. It's cash flowing pretty good, and it grows amazingly. I'm still trying to understand why. So I kept the property manager due to the fact that I have roof stock, and I can complain to roof stock, hey, these guys are not behaving. So can you please interfere? And this guy's roof stock has a lot of power. These guys, right? They get hurt. If you don't behave, we will remove you from all this.
Yeah,
That's
makes
useful.
sense.
So I was leveraging that, and I had in the beginning I had a bad experience with them because they were not answering my emails, and I called Roofstock, hey, can you do something? And something changed. But
You
need
told
to
them,
leverage
Daddy,
that, right?
Daddy, and then boom, they're like, yes.
But again, I never been there yet. And these are the numbers for the property. So if you look, I was not expecting this cash on cash, right? This is good. Due to the fact that this is a conventional loan, and we are about renting close to 1,900 per month.
That's a great deal, Tiago.
Right. So again, as you can see, there is properties very good out there. You just need to find, and in this case, just send a lot of offers. Yeah, well, like the wholesaler, I guess, right? And someone will be willing to say yes. So this was my first property. I've never been yet there. And I don't intend to go up to now, but we'll see. So this was closed in August. When I entered Mastermind, I had this one already in contract, but it took 2.5 months to be able to close it because they had an issue with the dress. That was it. So I closed it when I was already in Mastermind.
We'll take credit for that. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Just saying.
Just saying.
So, and that was level 2. Now, let's go from level 3 of real estate, out-of-state investor. So, after I met all of you guys in Mastermind, I started to understand, well, maybe there's someone here that can help me build my portfolio, build more houses. And I started networking with a lot of you guys, and Phil was the one saying, hey, yes, we can hook you up here with an agent, and since you are out of state, we can build all of the process for you to not worry about, and we will handle everything, like finding the deal, presenting you the deal, you do your own diligence, but we can do the rehab costs for you. We can do the rehab, and we can rent it, and we can do the property management for it. I said, okay, let's try. So let's see what is in your market. I never been in Augusta, but again, for me, it's all about numbers. I don't care about really the property itself. It's all about numbers. If the numbers make sense, yeah, of course, let's talk. So that's what I did with Phil. So Phil helped me go again for the level 3, and level 3 I call on which you are the one responsible to find your own market, and then the property manager on site that will help you along the process. So it's becoming more difficult, right? From level 1 to level 3. So in this case, the asking price was an MLS deal. It went and I learned something from there. Whenever Phil say, this is the one, you should go.
No question.
No question.
I learned that myself. Just buy it.
I get a call from Felipe and he's like, hey, Philip says we should buy it. I'm like, let's do it.
No, that's not the story. Hold on, really quick. So I told Diego, I was like, Diego, we're buying a house in Augusta. And he was like, where do I wire?
Yeah.
Literally his
He's like,
response.
where is it?
That's all he said.
He said Philip approved.
Because I said, Philip approved that we need to buy this. He said, where do I wire it?
So again, this was an MLS deal. It went for 98. We offered 100. And since our agent has a special connection with their agents, we were able to understand what was in the market, and we got it for 1 or 2. Okay. it was a conventional. Conventional in the beginning, the problem is that we had a mess in the appraisal, and in the end, I end up with a situation that I didn't have the money as on the bank from the bank to loan me, because the appraisal just took so long, and I had to move on with cash. Fortunately, I had cash with me on that time, so that's the reason why it's cash. But the idea was to be conventional. We got 30 days. We were able to extend it once, but I didn't want to extend more, so I paid cash. It appraised for 108 without the rehab, as it is. And it did a really big rehab, so 37 rehab. It said that this is a duplex. Okay, that's why I love duplexes. And it took 1 month to do. And in this case, my work was really run the numbers and then listen to Phil. This is the one, and I just went to look to the rehab estimations. Said yes, this makes sense. Let me put into my own numbers, and then yes, let's go for it.
And how did you manage that rehab?
Who did it for you, I guess?
All of them. Again, the property manager that was able to build everything.
So you guys are able to do the rehab and everything?
It's full service, so it,
Hell yeah.
sales and acquisition, we have a full project management team, and then it rolls over to property management. And that's what I was saying earlier with the inherent accountability. Like, we told Tiago, this is what you can get. We had to deliver that every step of the way, or we look back.
And that's what I'm saying. I was saying earlier, Billy, they put me a spreadsheet saying this is the budget. This is what we believe that we'll need to spend. I said, okay, so let's do that.
And they were under it?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
So we're under budget, and we went back to Tiago and told him, we're under budget, here's $2,000. We didn't keep the profit.
Yeah.
Like that's
And even they were.
I need that. Yeah, good job. I need that.
When are you going to Jacksonville?
When are you getting to Jacksonville, right? I give
Or
you.
do I need to go to Augusta?
Right? No.
Dude, can you imagine?
God.
From Mexico calling in Augusta, Georgia?
We do not need cash geeks in Augusta.
Dude.
What
But for real though, no.
And just for you to know, I had a list of the budget, and I said this trees work. It's a lot. I think it was 5K in gardening.
The original budget is pretty large for.
Yeah, and I said this sounds not. This doesn't sound good. Can you give me more quotes? And they did. Unfortunately, they were all higher than the first one, so we kept them. But it really involves cutting a lot of big trees. I learned by experience that that's expensive. So I didn't know about anything, right? I didn't know about rehab costs. I didn't know anything. I'm new in real estate, right?
See, I got one thing on that rehab. That's 35K rehab, and the timeline was a month. And so
that's really fast.
Every contractor or trade partner is different, but we run about $1,000 a day. So that's whatever. If it's a $15,000 budget, we're looking at 2 weeks. That's kind of a rough estimation. So
that's really fast, guys. Because even in Nashville, a 35K rehab for me would be more like 2, almost 3 months. We're doing 10,000 probably a month.
Really?
Yeah, you guys are crushing it at 35. God damn.
That's
and for me, it was not fast enough. I was keep saying to the project manager.
Did you say that's not fast?
Yeah. No, because in the end,
damn, what do you want? You want Superman running?
In the end, you laid 4 days, and I said, "Come on, can you do it? No, you can do it. Okay, then."
Yeah, we were 4 days off of 35K rent. So I was like, I need updates. Like,
Jesus. And you got 2,000 back? Tiago. Right?
So, that's a really good number. I've never heard this, like, just the way that you explained it. Like,
yeah, that's great.
How do we ask that question? Like, who is it asked? How much did you spend, like, on average per day for the contractor or the contracting team?
Yeah,
I've never heard that before.
You can ask the contractor. Typically, they're going to know. It's kind of like their labor efficiency. But we also run a number of renovations. So over time, we've been able to just track the average renter, the average days on market, or the average days in turns, or days in renter, and kind of average all that out.
Cool. Good to know. I've never heard of that. That's really cool.
That's a really good fast rehab. What,
Yeah.
out
For
of
me, it's
curiosity,
not fast
is
enough.
that
That's what I
that's pretty good? Is that good for Jacksonville?
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's amazing.
Don't buy in Augusta, guys.
It just depends. Like, did you have to pull permits for any of those things?
Roof, windows, a lot of cosmetics. We're not going to pull roof unless we're swapping out electrical panels. A lot of times we'll do like the roof and windows, like the drive-by inspections. If it's paint, flooring, we're not going to pull a permit. If it's major, we'll pull a permit on it.
So again, we pay.
Yeah, that's a really good deal.
We pay 1 or 2 plus 35, so in the end 135. Again, it was cash. I don't have yet the appraisal after the rehab, but we think that we will reach 165, and it really is in a good neighborhood. We feel that it's a C plus going to be.
Your B minus going into like a solid B plus neighborhood.
Now you're sounding like a wholesaler.
Oh man.
And this is the property?
Oh wow. Yeah, that looks great.
Yeah.
That's a before and after.
Yes.
Yeah, that looks good.
You needed to cut that too, for sure.
Oh yeah.
It even looks a lot bigger. Yeah.
Painted the exterior, refinished all the floors, new appliances.
And it's not very small. It's not very big, right? Just compared
No,
to the
but
previous
but
one.
the tree out of
Yeah,
the way
I
makes it look
understand-
huge.
Now I understand the tree.
Yeah.
Because this is what I was telling
Cleaned it up.
Yeah, it looks great.
earlier. What I was talking about, like I bought a property cash. Gonzalo, remember after the hurricane where I didn't put insurance on that property, and then the hurricane happened, and the tree
Dude,
fell.
I was like, oh, let me go to check out all the houses. All the houses were fine in the last one. I'm like, Diego, nothing happened to any of the houses. I'm like, oh shit, never mind.
He drove through the ones that my dad owned too, and through the garage.
Yep. And the tenants, the tree fell in front of the driveway, so the tenant's car was like the tenants couldn't leave until we took care of the whole tree. It was pretty expensive.
Yeah, it was.
Tiago knows about moving trees too.
Yeah, 5,000.
And they move it or they cut it?
Okay, numbers about this one. So again, a very good discussion on cash.
Yeah, that's really
And this one, I run the numbers. If I have 20%, right? It's not yet 20%. That will be the BRR that I will be doing. But after doing the BRR, I will have 20% cash on cash. It's rents now for 1675. Another thing was that those guys really help you to leverage what will be the best rent for that area. In this case, when we analyzed the deal first, we were being conservative. I think we were doing 700,
Yeah,
700 more or less per door, and it went to the market for 850, and it rented the first one, the biggest unit rented for 850 in the first week, something like that. And the other one, since we were still doing the repairs, it rented for 825. So very high compared with the leverage.
That's a solid deal.
Yeah.
It's a great deal. Are you
Yeah.
kidding?
I'm definitely going to the
No, you're not. Diego, did you pay to be here?
So remember, that is what I call the level 3, where you find someone on the market that you want to help you, right? And then it becomes your team.
So were you no longer using roofstock when you were using Phillips' company?
No. What I was doing with Roofstock is using their tools, very good tools to do my analyze. So all of the numbers that you're seeing here are coming from Roofstock.
Gotcha. So you're still using them, not planning to pick up.
Yeah.
Do you have to pay for the tools?
No, completely free.
Yeah, because the last one you got off of the MLS, right? Set up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who's your realtor on those?
It's from
Phillips team.
Yeah. Again, they have the package ready for you to use. You just need to choose which service you want to use around. That's it. So again, Phil today morning presented his side of the story, right, where he has all of the services. I'm presenting the use case, the user that is using the service. So again, that was level 3. Now, what I'm called, I think that I'm in level 4, where instead of selecting a market, I select the person that I want to work with. In this case, me and Phil had created a partnership, and we are doing the business together, right? And this is what I think is level 4, where instead of you selecting the market and go find a property manager, you select the team first, and then the team selects the market. That's the way that I feel that's more productive. Okay, and in this case, this was also a house. This was our first single-family home, and by this time, this one was in November. I didn't saw my houses yet. Okay, and I was still buying. Sorry. So this is the first single-family home that somehow I got attracted, and the numbers there. I think it was very good because this was a property that was on the market for, I would say, what, 1 month already?
Yeah, it's on the market for a little while. It's been in and out of contract once or twice.
I think it was listed first, what, 55?
Something like that.
It was 55. It needed some work, but no one was paying attention to it. And when we asked Courtney, which is the property manager on the ground from the company, to ask, hey, how much do you think that this pocket of neighborhoods could rent here? And the number was, well, I think we can reach 800. I said, wow, really? So let's make the numbers make it work. So what is the number that for us would make us buy it or to be able to rent a house for 800? And the number was 35 in the beginning. So it was listed 44, and they said, here's the offer, cash of 35. And they said, well, 35 we don't do it, but we can do it 40. And we were left that for 2 days. And I said, no, let's go for it, because 800 is a very good deal, right? So we paid in cash 40. Again, we don't have an appraisal because we didn't need it, and then we need rehab for 10K. It was really 10K, and in this case, I was already partnering with Phil, and he was my man on the ground or boots on the ground partner type, right? So we were running the deal together, but he's the only one in Augusta, right?
Yeah, I don't know if you remember the conversation, but our number was 35 on that, and they came back and said 40, and we had put in a few offers and had gotten beat, and we were looking at the market side, the market cycle, and how everything was changing from the time you bought your duplex. And I remember us going, well, 35, they want 40, do we drop the contract? And we were like, well, we got to buy something at some point. We didn't get in too much analysis paralysis. It was, hey, $5,000, we can make it work, and the area, the rents are rising, the area is going to appreciate some, we'll make it back. Let's make a move.
Yeah. And again, we think that each value is now for 70 or more. And this is it. It's a very small house. Now do your own rate and think $800 for a 60, 70 square feet. That ratio is very, very good, right? Mm-hmm. This gives you two things. One is the ratio is really, really good compared with other houses, right? It's amazing for appraisal. And the second one is imagine the future rehabs or future fixes that you need to do. Because it's such a small house, you don't need to invest more or much in changing the floors, for example, right?
Mm-hmm. Rafael is like, yeah.
Right?
With his
That's the idea also for condos, right?
Yeah, it's the same idea, same square footage, yep.
So this is just a view of what we've done with the 10K, right? So the left side is how we found the house, and the right side is what we did. And again, this is not high-end rehab, right? It's a rehab for that neighborhood, which is a C, and that's it. So we didn't over-rehab it. We really tried to narrow down the market, and by renting for 840, we were able to find the correct niche.
How have you determined to, like, is it just that you're looking at the other houses there to decide, okay, I'm not going to put in so much money into this house, or is it something that like Philip is helping you with?
So I'm not the one deciding that. I'm just saying, yes, Phil. Yes, Phil. But from my understanding is the way that you do is you do comps, right? And you try to understand what type of features what type of reality in reality those specific houses sold nearby. In our case, we didn't care much about selling price. We didn't care about the rent. So the comps were based on the rent. So what type of rents do we want? And that's why we ended up like that.
I just want to add something for people that are watching. Out of these two pictures, if you have someone living paying the same amount of rent, which one do you think they're going to destroy first?
Yeah.
Right? So think about it that way when you're investing. I've done this long enough that they are going to destroy that left side because that's how much you care about the property. Versus that right side where they're going to be like, well, I got to live here. This is really nice. I'm going to do my best to keep it nice, right? So think about that when you're investing and you're like, should I rehab the property? Should I not? Like, that's the difference. If I was a renter, I would obviously take care more of the right side than the left side. Just because the landlord, you know what I'm saying? So think about it that way as well.
It's a lot in like over rehab. Like me personally, that kitchen just grinds. Like I hate it. It's like I wanted to redo all the cabinets, but it didn't make financial sense, right? It's ugly. It's terrible. It's tiny. The washer dryers in there, and it's like we could have put a stackable. We could have done a bunch of stuff. But it's like we're gonna spend $7,000 in a $40,000 house. Like that doesn't make any sense. And so sometimes you have to get past like personal preferences and say that's one of the nicest houses on the street, like in the neighborhood.
It's going to be coveted for rent. You'll never not have a tenant. That house will never not have a tenant.
I'll show you.
Stand by.
So, but I just want to emphasize one thing. Remember, this is November time frame. December last year, I was starting reading books, right? So everything that I'm showing by now, I mean, I didn't know that. I asked people that know about it, right? I didn't know that that's the type of rehab that you need to do. I let the experts guide me, right? And I have fortunately partnered with Phil. He's been teaching me how to do it, how to analyze the market. And that's how I think I've been growing up, right, in real estate. But for sure, this is nothing about me. It's all about him and me about learning. That's it.
Would this be the same rehab if you were to flip this one?
Sorry.
Would this be the same type of rehab you do if you were to flip this one?
No.
I would have flipped in that neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
Wholesale in that neighborhood.
Is it my brother's gonna call you? Hey, is this Tiago?
You're going to be on his list now. Tiago, you want to sell?
In fact, yes. So, and this is the numbers. Since we had to pay 50K in cash, that's the reason why cash on cash is lower, because we had 50K on the deal, right?
That's what the rehab was.
40 plus 10, yes. But this is close to 2% deal, right? Which is
Crushing it.
nice.
Yeah.
And the cash flow is close to 500.
Love it.
Almost
For a very small.
For a very small house.
Almost a perfect bird. We might leave $2 or $3 grand in the deal.
And
Fantastic.
you went 50-50 with them? Cool.
And the way that I say, and the reason I said that it's in the market is because we want to grow other things, and and then we might let go this house even though it's cash flowing as it is.
How if you put it on roof stock, my brother just told me, how much do you think that would sell on roof stock?
I mean, roof stock, it's providing deals around 1.2%.
Okay.
I give you 45 for it.
As best.
You want 45? 45 right now.
So I would say 75.
46.5.
75.
50. No, 50. It's at 500. I give you 50.
I'll give you 100 over 50.
50, 150.
No, but we are.
No one's kidding, Tiago. Tiago, no one is kidding right now.
We are asking
Dude,
70.
Austin will give you Bitcoin for it.
And free Starbucks.
We are asking 70.
You're asking what?
70.
Okay. So 55.
You're gonna sell this one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit.
And the reason is.
Why are you looking to sell?
He's going in his face. You don't even understand.
The reason is that
we're up on our taxes. We're good.
we have other deals that are requesting money.
What do you say to that, wholesaler?
And that's the reason.
Cash in 7 days is up.
You don't want to miss out on those deals.
He's trying to get you in, Tiago. Don't let him.
Okay, so and again, I
That's
stayed
funny.
level 4, right? This one is the one that we closed on Wednesday. This is a 5-plex. It took us
Nah, this is
three and a half.
this is a different one, Tiago.
Like you don't
Oh,
even.
sorry.
I'd say 5
Sorry.
for 155.
Yeah, no. This is a duplex.
Y'all see what happens?
Yeah, I
You
know.
forget where you at.
Y'all got
Sorry
him
about
excited.
that. So the asking
Yeah, you
price,
did.
again, this is an MLS, and you will see the numbers on this. This is MLS deal. It was listed for 155. When we saw it, again, Phil said, "This is good."
It was off market before it went MLS. You offered on it.
Oh yeah, it's true. It went off market, and we offered 145, right? And the guy said no. Then he went on market for 155, and we wait for it. It went under contract for 151, but for some reason the deal got dropped, and then it went back on the market for 145. And I said to Phil, "Let's have it." Another lesson. And then he told me, "No, now you need to offer lower because they need to pay for that." So we ended up offering 130 for that, and they said 135. And I said, "Of course, let's do it." If you say so.
Sure, why not? I'll take
Why not,
$10,000
right?
discount.
Yeah. So that's what we pay for it, 135, and the appraisal come up with 145 without rehab. Again, we do estimate 30K to 35 in rehab, and that was the original numbers. Where again, this is a duplex, but it's a different kind of duplex. It has a front house and a cottage on the back. And the way that we did our numbers were 140 on the front in rent, and the back would go for 700. Okay, that was our numbers to make that offer of 145 in the beginning. But things change. So what we can say is that we don't have the end appraisal, but houses nearby, like a 3-2, are selling for 250, or no, 230, single family homes. So we believe that at least 240 we can get it. This is a house. This is the front house. I had a picture too. So this is when I first visit my house in Augusta. This was 1 month ago. We just closed it and we started renovating already the roof. Okay. And what I can say, remember the numbers that I was presenting. 1400 plus 700 for the cottage. But then Phil said, "Hey, wait a minute. Let's think out of the box. Why not move the cottage for Airbnb? Because it has a perfect layout. Because you have the front house, and then on the left you have a very big pathway to have access to the cottage. It's perfect for that." And I said, "Does it make sense? I don't know. Let's run numbers." And for our surprise, the numbers around Airbnb on that area for 1-1, which is that case, it goes for 1,500. So that's why we changed our mindset. No, let's do normal rental in the front and Airbnb on the back. And that's where we came up with 3,000 in rent. And that blew up the numbers.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah.
Thinking outside the box.
You selling that one too?
No, not this one.
No, not this one.
I have to buy another deal.
Right?
After again, I never been there when we closed this one. After we got it signed, Phil was driving his truck or the SUV in this case, and he was filming the back street of this house, and he was showing, well, this house sold for 3 million, this house sold for 2 million, this one for 1.6, and just around the corner is our house. I said, wow, really? So it has a huge space.
Would it not be worth like
demolish
building?
No, not yet. It's becoming.
It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
Not yet. Am I going too slow?
No.
No.
No, I mean, dude, you're sharing amazing numbers.
You convinced everyone to go over there.
No, what you're doing is creating more people that wants to buy in Augusta, Tiago.
You can't buy them all, Felipe.
I'm trying. Before y'all get there.
Don't buy mine.
Okay, this one was the one that I said it closed on Wednesday. This is the 5-plex, and this one we got it signed, or Phil got it signed in November, and this was an off-market deal. And this is the one that he signed first, and then called me. Hey, by the way, this is I have here a very good 5-plex. Do you think it makes sense? And I asked him, do you think it makes sense? Yes. Then okay, let's do it. That was it. We just need to find 35%.
Good, because I've already got it under contract.
So this is a very, very well located. Although it's a 5-plex, we got it for 215. But those are very small units. Okay. But nevertheless, it's a 5-plex with very good neighborhoods. And this is that's the layout. It's somehow funky. But believe it or not, this house is fully rented already. All of the 5 units, and currently it's giving in rent already close to 2,500, and we don't need to do anything on the house. So we got this one for cash flow.
Off market.
Off market.
This is the importance of partnerships and building relationships.
Yes, of course. Right. I never had access to this type of deal. I didn't even know how to analyze this deal if I didn't have Phil as partner.
But I do want to emphasize something that you guys said yesterday while we were upstairs playing pool. That's really crucial. I don't want anyone here to think that they just magically came together and started investing. So, Philip, do you mind stopping really quick? Philip, do you mind telling what you said yesterday about how long it took for that?
Yeah, I mean, like we looked at, we've been in the mastermind for like almost a year. We're on Zoom calls twice a week for an hour and a half. And so as we started connecting, and the conversation was like, before we even got the partnership, Tiago and I had a conversation that was like, it wasn't like, hey, do you want to partner? But that led to, okay, like, all right, Saturday afternoon, we need to block out some time. What are your goals? What are my goals? Are we in alignment? Everything I said earlier in my presentation about like intimate knowledge of finances, it's like, Tiago, where are you? This is where I am. This is what what our families want. This is what the goals are. What's the long-term strategy, the short-term strategy? Are we going to refinance? Are we going to leave the money in there? What are we going to do with the cash flow? All those things, like we had hours of Zoom calls before we even got to the point of, all right, let's go look for a house.
Yeah. So there is a lot of work.
He was telling us yesterday that like a year almost, right? Instead of them just back and forth, and then you have that overnight success that people talk about, right? Like, holy shit, like Tiago's been in the mastermind this long, and all of a sudden he's closing this many deals. It's because he spent the last 364 days sharpening a sword, ready to cut a tree, right? Like it wasn't just overnight. Like he literally was sharpening his sword for a whole year with Philip, and then them kind of coming together through the mastermind. These are two gentlemen that out of this mastermind probably would have never met, right? I'm not trying to give credit to the mastermind. What I'm saying is we've created that pool for them to be able to connect, and we want everyone to do that.
Know where is Augusta, so.
This is not Augusta, right? You said this is
No.
Birmingham, or what did you say? This is Alabama. This is not Augusta.
So this is the numbers as it is. We don't need to do anything on the house to get these numbers. We do believe that we can push the rents up to 3,000, and that of course will benefit all of the country. Right?
No wonder you guys are quiet on rat racing,
Okay, so this is again level 4, where you found your